Hi guys.
Hi. I know you missed us. Yeah, I know you missed us. And
Yeah,
we missed you
we miss you
too.
too.
So welcome to another episode of
Chatbox.
Chatbox. And it's just the both of us.
Yeah, just your favorite girl.
Yeah.
You
Just the
know,
both of us. We want to discuss something very new,
very mindful.
very mindful with speed and composure.
Mm.
Each other words.
Some people should catch their themselves in case.
In case you say
In
something
case,
that
you know,
allegedly.
allegedly, my sister, not be small. Oh.
So yes,
She's your baby girl queen at Conta.
okay.
Hey, introduce me now. Introduce you.
She's your lovely host, Uche.
Okay.
Uche. Now we actually namesake, so but
Yeah.
we chose names to answer here. So you won't forget.
She chose the English way. I decided to stick to my roots.
Her. Okay,
Anyway,
so yeah, we have something very interesting.
very
and
interesting.
It's been making rounds in our society. It seems like
Really?
society is beginning to turn into something else.
Yeah.
People are beginning to say, I don't care. It's my life. You know?
Well, the thing
So-
is, we want to talk about morality. Yeah, but this time around, we want to look at it from the angle of who is even defining the metrics for morality, like, because a lot of people these days, I don't know whether to say they are hypocrites. I don't know. I don't even know how to put it, because wait, but first of all, before we start going into the
branches.
the plenty branch,
Yes.
what do you think about like people who have so much to say about morals and morality? Oh, you're not supposed to do this, and you're not supposed to do that. Like, when you hear something like, what comes to your mind?
You know,
Abi, are you one of those people?
not really. In fact, I'm one of those people that are not judgmental. I don't judge at all. Yes. So, we are in a society whereby from the beginning, when a mother gives birth, they say it's not just the mother or the family that takes care of the child, the society, community does.
Yeah.
So when it comes to morals, let me add the standard too. It has generalized that people are always opinionated. Am I right? Opinion.
Yeah, opinionated. Yeah.
English is not my father's language.
Don't worry, you're doing well.
It's not. It's opinionated in adults. So when they see young adults going diverse ways, they tend to see that you don't have home training.
Yeah.
But I will start from when you're a child and you're a teenager growing up. Let's call it spade a spade. Your moral is on. In fact, it's from your parents, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? They are the one that will set your standard. They are the one that will say you're not supposed to do this. You're supposed to do this.
Yeah.
You can't wear this in this house. You can wear this in this house. Now, when it comes to the hypocritical part of it that you just made mention of, yes, it's more like, let's use for example those people that before they got married, they go out, wear skimpy clothes, do all sorts of things.
I like where you are heading.
But when they get married, they wear the garment of Jesus' baby. And they are now coming out to advise the single ladies.
Yes.
They are not advising you they are condemning you.
They are not advising out of love.
No.
They are
Condemning you.
and
They are mocking you. So those people are those ones that we would say, I won't say they are hypocrites, but you know this statement is a condition make refuse vain. So marriage has humbled them and they've decided to relax. But I wouldn't say that because of that they are hypocrites.
They are Uche.
Not really.
Queen,
Wait,
they are.
not really.
They are.
Not really.
Oh yeah, how?
There's this whole idea of how a married woman should do this, a married woman should do that, which I'm still asking who wrote those.
Let's
who
not
made
even
those
go
comments?
there,
Who
please.
made
Let's
this
not even
comment?
go there.
I'm still trying to ask who made those comments, who made those views. But that's by the But when it comes to teenagers and young children, even young adults, I think from 18 you're actually an adult.
Yeah,
right?
an adult.
And you can make decisions for yourself. But when you're a teenager, your morals is under your parents and adults, whether you like it or yes. I don't know about you, Uchi.
See, for me, when it comes to this morality thing, like I always say, that, and I said it when we were starting. Who sets this rule? Because low key, nobody is fully 100% able to like say
know it all.
They are so moral.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Because it's just like when you go to like churches, or you hear like some much older people, when you hear them speak, and you're like, okay now. You're like, okay now, because in fact, I think some, not all, but generally morality, or the way people perceive morality, is also from a situation of privilege.
Okay.
Because when you've had a particular kind of home training, maybe you were blessed to have parents who were present in like your life and everything that you were doing, right? They set the standard for you. You went to the best schools, did all of that. Everything was just, you had people constantly guiding you, mentoring you, and all of that. And so you are how you are now. And so when, as a person in that form, you're talking about morality, you're talking about, oh, this is right, this is wrong, this is right, this is wrong. It's coming from a place of privilege, because you haven't been on the other side of the world to know if, you're actually as moral.
And that statement you always say can never be me.
It will be you, like,
to be you times 1 million times. I'm very serious.
Because it's like, because like I said, privilege. It's the other way around. Someone who wasn't raised in a good, maybe person was raised like in some sort of slum or all these areas, children. Their upbringing is obviously different. Probably, lack of parental care or supervision and all of those things. So their own idea of morality is different completely.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And there are certain things they would do that you and I cannot even think of doing because of our upbringing. And then when we now sit in our place of privilege, to now
start setting
the rules, or maybe telling them so, or maybe condemning them. I find it hold on. I find it somehow, because the funny thing is, if the roles were reversed, I kid you not, it's the same thing. Do you understand? It's just like how people will say, oh, Nigerian government is this, government is that, kiniko. Then tomorrow, when they find themselves in that same position, you now expect them to prove that, okay, I am an epitome of morality. You find out that those same people, that same thing you are complaining,
you're doing worse.
You're doing worse, because you were saying it before from a position of, I'm not there. You understand?
That they always say, when something they do, that time we get it. Advice go they trip you from left,
left and right.
So until you're in that condition, you would understand. But what do you say about ladies that? I have so many branches of this thing.
Let's talk about the branches.
What do you say about?
Let's talk about the rules.
What do you say about ladies that they dress very seductive, right? Both married and unmarried.
This one you're laughing. Tell me.
Okay, wait.
Tell me.
Now, this whole standard of every lady is meant to cover her body.
Yeah.
And of course, now, ladies don't think about covering their body like that. I'm not gonna say let's say 70%. They expose their body for reasons best known to them. And an elderly woman comes and says something that, you're not supposed to wear this kind of thing.
Look at the short dress you're wearing.
Short thing you're wearing. And of course, Gen Zs would always answer back, I'm comfortable with this.
It.
I'm cool with this. If you have a problem with it, that's
your business.
So what would you say to that kind of person, that an elderly person is advising you? Let's call a spade. When they were younger,
it's like what I wanted to answer now.
See, I'm not gonna judge anybody, but I'm looking at it from this side. That's why I said, what would you say to that woman, that lady?
Oh yeah.
Then on the other hand,
okay, first let's take it one by one.
Okay, what would you say? What would you say about that young lady?
Okay,
I know.
And the other hand is, which other hand are you talking about?
The other hand is the woman that when she was younger, she did something more than that. Do you get what I'm saying? But like I said, when you get married, you turn Jesus baby automatically. But what do you have to say to that young lady that is always very dressing very? There's this statement whenever they wear short something, they'll always ask you, why are you now dragging it down when you left the house? You know it is short. So why you dragging it down? So what would you say to that lady that answered that woman? I'm comfortable with it. If you have a problem with it, it's on you.
Okay.
What would you say to
her? Answer. me, it's not only the young girl that I'll answer the two.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So first of all, like I said, this morality thing is also coming from, if it's not a place of privilege, it's from a place of I'm not there. You understand? I'm not there, or it's coming from a place of I wish I was there.
Okay.
You know, like there are many reasons why people have this morality idea. Now, the thing is, first of all, most elderly women who have a lot, because let's be honest, a lot of elderly women have a lot to say about young girls and boys of this generation. But the crazy thing is that a lot of them, during their own time, just like you rightly said, even though our generations are different, what was trending then is not what's trending now, but is equivalent to, because as at that time, what they must have done is similar to what we are doing now, just like different generations.
Modernized.
Exactly, that sort of thing. And even let's not even go too far to even talk about when they were young, because we did not see them when they were young. Now that they are adults, at least I know that I have seen some elderly women, not even, it was their fashion back then, when they wear all these their clothes that they will tie wrapper on top. They will wear blouse now, then they will tie wrapper. Then their breasts will now be hanging on top of this thing. Maybe it's not in decent dressing, call. Is it or is it not? Thank you. See, tomato.
At the end of
do you understand? At the end of the day, do you understand? That one was you people's only decent dressing back then, because I'm sure the elderly women then, seeing you people with that outfit, your clothes, they will have a lot to say. Their cleavage, will be showing. That sort of thing. And another thing is that most elderly women who did not have the opportunity to do what young people are doing now, when they see young people doing it, it's coming from a place of, I was not able to do it, so why should you? That's why I said I wish I was. It's kind of like, let's say it's kind of like envy. Like, or some people will be like, some people wish, yes, I can't lie, some elderly people wish they were still young. Okay. So that they could do some certain things. And then when they see young people doing those things that they wish they could still do, they get upset.
Sure, girl.
Do you understand? They get upset. And so, what other way to lash at you than to insult you or talk about your clothes
when I was
or
that
kind of thing?
I don't used to do things.
But when they were your age, they did worse. You understand? So I find, like I said, the metrics of morality is so somehow, because most of these ideas are not coming from an actual genuine place of let us be actually moral. It's coming from a place of different things altogether.
But what if it's coming from a place of they don't want you to make the same mistake they made?
Which mistake did they make?
I mean, the standing example now, which is those skimpy clothes. It could be as a result of you wore skimpy clothes that attracted a man to rape someone they heard or something that happened to them.
Let me tell you, people, or rather elderly people, men or women, who actually genuinely want to help you or want to, teach you, maybe they see you doing something wrong and they want to teach you, they won't speak to you the way most of these people speak to you. Haven't you ever seen an elderly woman and an elderly man, they want to advise, they'll call you. They'll just call you. Nobody will even know what they're telling you. They will not even make a scene, nothing. They won't even tell their neighbor, look at what this person is doing. They will just call you privately.
Yeah.
And just talk to you. Do you understand?
Word of an advice.
Word of advice. They just tell you, I'm telling you from experience. They'll just tell you and speak to you. At the end of the day, it's still left for you. Even if tomorrow they see you and you're still doing nothing, they will not even because they have told you. But there are some people from afar, they're already insulting you. They're already condemning you. So I mean, like I said, it's not from a genuine place.
Aside the dress code and all, let's diversify into religion. I'm not going to put it at those people. We spoke about tradition the other day with a young lady. So we have Christianity and we have traditional religion, yeah?
Yeah.
So I came across this video on social media and FYP, of course, we are marching into the month of May. So she made some kind of prayer using eggs, using kola nuts, and candles of different colors. I don't even know candles have different colors. God.
Wow.
Red, blue, white, I swear.
Are you serious?
Honestly, on the ground. Now, what I saw at first, I'm like, it's them. Those are kind of mindsets when you see this kind of thing. But I had to cool down and listen to what she said. The prayers. Those prayers are literally prayers we say with our mouths. Like, you know how grandmothers pray in your dialect?
Yeah.
That's the way they pray. Do you get? Now, would you say, because as we have Igbo tradition, we have Yoruba tradition, we have the Christianity religion. For me, I don't judge those people. I don't judge those people that do those traditional breaking kola and all. But the question is now, would you say that they don't have the right morals because they are not in the Christian?
Morality doesn't have anything to do with religion.
Okay.
I think that's the thing a lot of people also misunderstand. They think religion and morality go hand in hand. It doesn't. There are a lot of very moral and upright people who don't practice any religion. In fact, as a matter of fact, most people who don't even practice any religion are one of the most moral people out there.
Really?
Compared to people who are
people that don't go to church, they don't go to mosque, they don't go to anything.
They're actually very upright and very moral compared to people that see religion hides a lot of nonsense. you like people don't understand.
That's true. I really agree with you.
It hides a lot of rubbish because you will see people who don't have any iota of like they don't even have any basis to advise you. No, like nothing. But for the fact that they are going to church, they are active in church, maybe they are workers in the church, or they are one thing, two thing in church. That's it though.
But of course, if they have such kind of, because you wouldn't know their
people hide their bad character.
But that's yes, now I know. See, let's
people hide rubbish.
Let's be very logical here. When you see them approach you, when you see them approach you, they dress like that bunny again, come to advise you. Of course, you don't know what's going on in the house. You don't know if they have bad character.
Yeah.
Do you get? Like you said, church hide literally
rubbish.
True. But if those kind of person come to advise you, you would have no choice but to listen because
I
of
don't
how
need to listen. No.
Why though?
Why would I listen to you because you dress like a bunny again?
But what the person is saying.
Some people too, they have talk, they talk, but what they are saying is just the mouth. See,
kind of you have.
See, let me tell you, people, it's not by preaching, I hope it's not by coming to quote Bible or coming to do Christian or coming. It's not by like that, though.
I agree with you.
It's not by
I don't want to bridge it because those born again Christians, I'm not judging them, but some of them, blasphemy is in them. Deceit,
hatred, envy, gossip,
betrayal.
See, most of the people,
jealousy,
most of these born again Christian self, they don't stay one place.
How?
You know what they used to call ashawoka?
God.
Like they don't used to, like they don't.
What do you mean by ashawoka?
They don't stay in one place.
How? Like they don't.
They serve two masters at a time. Those people that I'm not saying it's everybody. But some of these people that claim to love God with all their heart, spirit, soul, and body, They are still the same people tomorrow. You see them in their shrine in their village. I hope you know. No, because let's be real, please. Let us be very, very real. Like, religion and morality, like, they are very please, let's just be clear. Very different things.
But
very different.
They teach moral when it comes to religion.
They teach moral, what do they call it? Theoretically. Okay. Not practically.
So they don't practice.
Not practically. Like, nothing. Do you understand? Like, some of them don't even hide it. Like, the only time you see them, it's kind of like performative religion. You're just performing for the people so that they will say, oh, this sister, somebody, oh, she sold this, or brother, somebody. At the end of the day, you're not all that. Like, even the worst person, the person that they're even looking at as the sinner in church is even better than them. In a lot of ways.
I also have this whole idea of, we're still talking about morals. I also have this very bad idea of people. I know I always say I'm not judgmental. You get. I cannot use because of your predicament or condition of what you're facing right now to judge you. I'll use, for instance, you always see people come up on social media to complain about their cases, and if you scroll through the comment section, you will start seeing advice of, oh, you're supposed to do it like this. Oh, you're not supposed to do it like this. Forgetting that behind the scene, yes, they always want to hear from the both party. But of course, we are actually working on the person that is speaking to us right now. And you see them judging you. I'm not gonna lie, most times, whenever I'm in a huge argument with somebody and I say something and I go home, I'll be like, I'm supposed to say it like this. It's as if your sense disappears from your brain.
Yes.
You get. So in that case whereby, let's assume that somebody did something and said something out of anger. I don't want to start mentioning words. And you said something out of anger. And comment sections are trolling you, teaching you what you're supposed to say and what you're not supposed to say. My problem now is this. Those people judging you, if you put yourself in that same predicament that person is, you would do worse.
That's the thing now.
You would do worse. Even whatever that will come out of your mouth. What am I saying? What I'm saying is this. Yes, we have moral stand, we have moral instructions, we have moral standards, we have ways of how someone is meant to speak or not. But coming up to judge somebody because of whatever situation that he or she is, I don't think I'll call you that you're morally inclined self.
For the fact that you're even judging somebody.
For the fact that you're judging somebody.
That shows how morally bankrupt you are.
You don't have it. Like, you don't have it.
Yeah.
I'm sure that maybe, yes, conflict is part of moral standards and instructions, you know. But this, they don't add this, which is that gossip, betrayal, and backbiting that we always preach in church that is in the Bible.
Yeah.
And it's part of it. Because if you're teaching moral standards and moral instructions, these things should be part of it. Don't go speaking about somebody behind their back. There's something somebody said one day, that if he's having an argument or someone is coming to gossip another person to him, he will say, wait. And the person passes, they will now call the person and say, oh, yeah, say that thing that you're saying.
That's the best way to handle gossip.
So if we're saying moral instructions, it should boil down to literally everything. Dress code, the way you talk, and not just
your behavior, everything. It
boils down to literally.
But at the end of the day, I feel like none of us can actually say we are 100% moral, or we have the capacity to withstand, you know, when situations come that we test our morality. Because most people who act like they are so in tune with them, most of them are not.
They are not what it is.
I mean, they will do worse. They will do worse. Anyway, thank you guys for listening to our rant today.
The weather is so cold, so we're not really in that argumentative.
Yes,
words.
Today, like we said, demure mind.
Very demure. Yes. So give us whatever you think it is in the comment section.
Yeah, I want to hear your thoughts.
And focus on liking this video and sharing also.
Yeah. See you
next episode.
Bye.